So I'll be completely honest with you. I trolled the responses to a Strange Aeons video because she had put out this wonderful video about fake Tumblr stories, and I think I found the one that makes me the happiest, and I just really wanted to share it with all of you because I really love it. And I don't know that she read this one because I didn't finish the video. I just saw this and I was like, dear God, I must read this. So, this is from a Tumblr account called Rants of a Bookworm. And if you hear this, thank you. Thank you for making my life better. Let's go. Okay, so once I decided to go on a plane, I've flown on planes before, but this time I used Delta Airlines. But Delta Airlines is really evil. So the plane crashed in the middle of the desert. Everyone died except for me. I only had enough food and water to survive for 3 days, so I had to walk to find water. So I walked, and I walked, and I walked, and I walked, until in the distance I saw an oasis. We all know what an oasis is, right? It's a big... Okay. So we all know what an oasis is anyway. Yeah, so I saw an oasis, and I was walking towards it. And just as I was about to step onto the lush green grass of the oasis, it vanished, for it had only been a mirage. We all know what a mirage is. It's like a hallucination. Okay. So you know what a mirage is. Anyway, cool. Anyway, I was so upset about there not being an oasis that I fell asleep. I woke up the next morning knowing I only had 2 days left to find water, or I would die. So I walked, and I walked, and I walked, and I walked, until in the distance I saw a city. A huge city. So I was walking towards the city, and just as I was about to step onto the nicely paved sidewalk of the city, it vanished, for it had only been a mirage. Now that part upset me so much that again, I just fell asleep. Right there. I woke up the next morning knowing if I didn't find water that day, I would die. So I got up and I walked. I walked, and I walked, and I walked, and I walked, until I just couldn't walk anymore. And I fell to the ground, ready to die. And then out of the corner of my eye, I saw a little green snake. It was just an ordinary snake, though. Nothing special about it, just a little snake. It's kind of cute. Not really helpful. So I got up and I walked a little bit more, but I was just too tired and eventually collapsed on the ground, almost dead. Then another snake slithered up beside me and said, "You okay, bro?" And of course I was like, "Oh my lord, a talking snake!" And the snake was like, "Yeah, dude. My name's Nate the Snake. I'm a magic snake, so you get 3 wishes." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. For my first wish, I want to never be hungry or thirsty again." And Nate was like, "Okay." And he wiggled his tail. And suddenly, I wasn't dying of dehydration anymore. So I was like, "Huh, you really are a magic snake." And Nate was like, "Sure am." So I said, "Okay, for my second wish, I want all of the art supplies in the world, for I love to make art." And Nate was like, "Okay." And he wiggled his tail, and all of the art supplies in the world appeared. So Nate and I became near friends over the next few months, bonding over our shared love of art. And one day, Nate said, "Callie, you're my best friend." And I was like, "Oh, thanks, dude. You too." And he said, "I think it's time to tell you my 2 deepest, darkest secrets." And I was like, whoa. That's deep. So Nate leads me to a sand dune. I mean, it's a nice sand dune. It's just, we're in a desert. Sand dunes are literally everywhere. And, then Nate pushes something on the side, and a big lever rises out. A beautiful, old, ornate lever. Very impressive. Nate looks at it and says, "This lever, it's a very important lever. If it ever gets pulled, the Earth will explode, and the debris from the Earth will hit other planets and make them explode too, essentially exploding the entire universe. I am the guardian of this lever." And I was like, "Cool. So what's your other secret?" And Nate was like, "Okay, here it is. Come on out." and from behind the lever comes another, smaller snake. Nate said, "Callie, this is my son, Tate the snake." And I was like, "Oh my God, you have a son?" And Nate was like, "Yeah, I have a son. Ever since his mother Kate, the snake, passed away, I have been his sole caretaker. But I feel guilty, for I cannot leave the lever. But Tate has never seen the world beyond this sand dune, and he likely won't be able to." So I was like, "Sad face." And Nate was like, "Sad face." And Tate was like, "Hi, happy face." And I said, "Okay, Nate, for my third wish, I want a really cool car. A car that can fly and turn into a submarine and has cup holders. And I'm going to take Tate to see the world." And Nate was like, "Oh my God, you do that for me?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, of course. You're my best friend." So Nate wiggled his tail, and the coolest car appeared. It was red and could fly and turn into a submarine. And it had cup holders. And Tate and I got in the car and waved goodbye to Nate and went off to see the world. We had lots of adventures, like, y'all know Paris? It's called the City of Love. It's a mistake, actually. So we got there, it was super cold, so everyone has gloves. It's supposed to be the city of glove. But you know, miscommunication and autocorrect and all that. It became the city of love, you know. You know how, like, Brits drive on the wrong side of the road? Well, they started doing that because I let Tate drive at one point, and he kept going to the left side, and everyone just started copying him. Anyway, yeah, we had some fun times. So eventually we have to go back. Our awesome car had been destroyed in a story yet to be made up. So we took a plane back using Alaska Airlines this time and rented a car to drive back to home sweet sand dune. Suddenly Tate said, "Wait a minute, Callie. Where did you get this car from?" I said, "Rent a car, why?" And he said, "Because rent a car is hijacked by the evil Delta Airlines." As he said this, the car started going faster and faster, almost like it was a plane. And then it was. As it hit a rock and went flying over one sand dune, 2 sand dunes, 3 sand dunes, and then it crashed. Now, Tate and I had a very important decision to make. We could turn left, hit the lever, exploding the Earth, and the debris from the Earth will hit other planets and make them explode too, essentially exploding the entire universe. Or we could go forward and a little bit to the right and hit Nate the snake, Tate's father and my best friend. We looked at each other and we knew what we had to do. We went forward and a little bit to the right and hit and killed Nate the snake. We were both silent for a long time. Then we turned to each other and we looked into each other's eyes and we said, "Better Nate than lever." I'm sorry, I really love this story. So, again, Tumblr user Rants of a Bookworm, if you're out there, I love you. This is the greatest thing, and it brings me such joy. And I hope this weirdly dramatic reading means something to you as well. You have a fantastic way with words, and I love you. I love all of you too, and I hope you enjoyed what essentially was a 8.5-minute dad joke. So, thank you all for being here. If you did enjoy this, like, comment, subscribe, all that good crap. I have a Ko-Fi and a merch store. Please check those out. Keeps the lights on in here. I have a podcast, and if you want early access to it, it's on Spotify. It's like $5 a month. It's not that expensive, but you can come check that out. And every Saturday, or rather every weekend, we stream. So I'll see you guys then. I love you all so very, very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody. And remember, Better Nathan Lever. Bye.